All right, welcome back to the show, Carson's Corner, your unofficial corner for the Leafs post-game breakdown. Leafs lose 5-2 to the Montreal Canadiens in, I'm not going to call it epic fashion, but it was it was something. I honestly I don't even know what to say at this point. It's a rough watch, man. On a Saturday night, hockey night in Canada, Leafs, Habs, it's always a good watch. It's always something there. Maybe you skip out on some plans, or maybe you stay home, grab some snacks, watch the game. And this was a letdown. This was one of the worst games I have ever watched this team play in nearly a decade. Besides maybe that game 7 versus Florida last year, of which I was at and spent a lot of money to go see for some stupid reason. But yeah, they're really just this was a lifeless, heartless game that I mean, you got to press the panic button after this one. There was nothing. If you lost this game but played well and showed some heart, you could say, okay, you know what? It's just the top guys. There's out a lot of injuries. It's okay. We'll keep playing how we're playing. We're getting back on our feet. Big boys come back, add some juice in the lineup. All right, you know what? It's okay. At this point, it's awful. You got to start making some trades, honestly. You got to make some trades, get some guys out, get a new look in the lineup, because this is just awful. If you keep playing like this, the season's gone. Like, I know the division is pretty close right now, and a lot of the divisions are, but you're playing yourself out of a playoff spot actively every single night. There is zero shot you're even going to have any chance at having a run this year if you keep playing like this. There's just no hope whatsoever. Even when Matthews was in the lineup, Nyes, Tanev, Carlo, Stolarz even, it didn't look much better than it looks right now. So looking towards the future, you kind of look out and you go, all right, well, where is this headed? Even if the guys come back, unless they take a huge step forward, which is almost impossible at this point, this team's going nowhere. So they don't play till Wednesday. Between today's Saturday. Between today and Wednesday, I better see some trades. Honestly, I better see some, Trillian's got to pick up the phone here and make some calls. You got Yarncroc, McMahon. Honestly, Max Domi at this point, I thought he'd have a better game, after that horrible OT shift, which cost them last game. I thought he'd come out and get a little more juice, try to make up for how bad last game was. Did absolutely nothing. I mean, honestly, I think I saw him on the ice twice. That's how noticeable he was tonight. Absolute ghost out there. So you got to trade Domi at this point. I'm sorry. I love the guy. I was excited for him to come here. Get rid of Domi, Yarncroc, McMahon. String something together and just get somebody else in here. Is that really going to help? Maybe not, but at least it's a better look. It's better than doing the same thing every night with the same exact result. Another thing too, I mean, I think this team has just quit on Berube. Honestly, at this point, they're tired of him yelling. They're tired of the systems. It doesn't work. Sheldon Keefe had his problems, and it didn't work in the playoffs that well, but at least the team had great regular seasons. At least we got some points, some goals on the board, something to watch. They were exciting games. And I know you've lost a couple top guys and whatnot, but it's not the same. I don't care what system you're trying to play and, keep it structured, keep low event hockey. It's not working. It's not working. Change it up. So I know Berube's new in here or something. I know he hasn't been here for that long, but like they're not playing for this guy. You got to change it up because clearly they don't want to play for him. So, in the next 4 days, there better be a trade or some major thing happen, because Wednesday night we're going to come out and see the exact same thing. And they got a long road trip coming up. I think this is the first of 6 games. They might lose all 6 games if they keep playing like this. It's really you're in the abyss of death right now. And it does not look like it's getting any better. If anything, it's getting worse. The only reason it wasn't 8-0 in that second period is because Joseph Wall. I mean, he seems to be the new heart and soul of this team. That seemed to be Mitch Marner before, younger guy keeping the boys together. So I feel like that was kind of replaced with Joseph Wall. So that's why it's kind of surprising for me tonight to see them just hang him out to dry. There was a lot of moments where they got, stuck in their own zone for a long time. And I know they were tired, but there's guys just standing up straight, just not moving their feet whatsoever. Cross seam passes going left, right, center. He's getting just like it's a practice out there. They're just shooting shots all over him. Gets his helmet blown off. Like, my God, are you even trying for this guy? I mean, he gets his helmet blown off there, and he's pissed. He's angry, partly because it took so long for the ref to blow the whistle right there. But I mean, my God, like, block a shot for the guy. Dive a little. Just get your stick in front of something. Do anything but what you're doing to show a little bit of effort here, because there was not a single person on the ice tonight which I could point out and say, oh, like, he was good. He had a couple good touches. There was some energy there. Not one single person tonight. Tavares, he wasn't awful tonight. He's trying hard. He's getting in deep on the boards, doing what he can. But again, it's just any of the top 6 guys that are left who aren't injured on this team, like him, Nylander, they're just nowhere to be found. There's just no chemistry. There's nothing happening on the ice that's making any constructive offensive chances in the ozone. So, I mean, at that point, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I mean, like, you're going to rely on a 20-year-old kid, Cowan, to do some dangle move in the slot there and try to get a backhander to go? Like, you should be mentoring that kid. You should be looking up to, Nylander, Tavares, Matthew, Nyes, to show them, how to have structure in a game, how to work hard, how to get the puck, lay the body, do all of those things that real NHL players can do. And he's not seeing any of it. And I'm worried about how he's going to develop on a team like this with really nobody to look at and go, oh, that's how I should be playing. Because there isn't at this point. He's learning how to lose every single night. I mean, they're really teaching him how to be a good Maple Leaf at this point. If that's how you want to, present it to him, well, this is the best way to do it in this city. So good job, everybody. Like, I don't even know where to go from here, honestly. Like, at third period, Leafs are just in damage control mode. I mean, at that point, it's 4-1. There's really nothing to play for at that point, except just let's not be completely embarrassed. We're 90% of the way there. Let's try to make it not as bad. I said last show that it was going to be 4-2 Montreal because of, well, 2 reasons. Because the defense is not structured enough, and the offensive presence is not there yet, to even have anything against Montreal. Montreal's a young team. After they rebuilt, they got younger. They're a speedy team. They pass well. They go really fast through the neutral zone there, break up your D, get in. A lot of cross seam passes. They find each other well. It's a team that, it's what the Leafs should be. I know they're a little bit older, but that's what you're hoping to see for the Leafs. And my God, they look old. I just don't know where to go from here. I mean, hit the panic button, call the president, prime minister, do something. I really don't know at this point. It's tough. But with that game coming up on Wednesday, if they lose that game too, I don't know. It's absolutely hopeless. Like, you're one game away from just losing this entire season. So I don't know. Maybe it's time to switch to the Raptors, who are actually doing pretty well, which is nice to see. At least some team in Toronto can actually, string some wins together. R.I.P. Blue Jays, but that's another story. Yeah, if you're tuning in, appreciate it. Sorry you had to watch that debacle of a game tonight. Big one on Wednesday coming up. Hopefully we can get a win there. As always, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Go Leafs, go. Have a great night. See you in the next one.